Travis Wayne Goodsell. Not happy with the Alright, as you guys don't know yet, until you hear this, which, yes, you now know, I already did a video at midnight. It's now 5:15. I was late waking up. I didn't upload that video. It's still waiting, and this one too will wait until I get things done this morning. But the other video is the comment replies to Mormons, don't drink bleach. And so I think we're going to have if I were on my website, I'd have a government page where I would be trashing Trump, as I've been doing before. I'm the one who got him to say the oranges of the investigation, because my video that very morning was reminding people about the hurricane that took out the Florida orange groves, and it was time for the new harvest after their destruction, after the 2 years of destruction, requiring to grow them back, and we had another hurricane to destroy them. And so orange juice prices have not gone down since. But you'll notice as you're grocery shopping that there are a number of foods that are now higher in price. They're not supposed to price gouge. They're not supposed to take advantage of us during this crisis. But the fact that the government allowed businesses to continue to operate and require money for payment, rather than giving away survival kits. That's what happens. That's what they're purposely doing. And they're purposely causing the destruction of America. This is the Illuminati. We all heard was just a conspiracy theory, which a conspiracy theory, when defined, as the church lawyers found out, is more than one person committing a crime. Yes, I should have won my lawsuit. I nailed them right between the eyes, the seer stone eye, with a seer stone. I used their priesthood key rocks against them and brought them down to their knees. Their lawyers could not defend them, their client. And I've gone over that they tried to claim it was a conspiracy theory jurisdiction. Yes, that's what 42 U.S. Code 1985 represents, boys. Go back to the bar exam. You may need to take it over. But then they went and claimed that the nature of the case section had no accusations in it. No counts. No duh. And so they used that as their justification not to respond to any of my counts, which were in the 50s. I should count them for you. Do you want me to count them? We're at 4 minutes already. Do you guys even stick around for this long? YouTube says you don't. Let me pull it out. Here we're having the official case count, or accusation count for the church. Did I tell you that I woke up at 4:15? And as a result, it was because of steps. They were singing to me. Chain Reaction was the song. Is it Diana Ross who did the original Chain Reaction? Now I gotta check. I'm just delaying and hesitating, and you guys are getting bored. And Windows is taking its time starting up. But here's their crap of a defense to dismiss. And they sent 2 copies, as I did in the video for them. Okay. And we don't want to get Dawkins breaking the chains. Reaction. Here's the evidence of the church paying the person who had me disappeared. Okay, Diana Ross, yep. Bingo, baby. Oh, it's on the other side, isn't it? Yep, sure enough. Alright. There goes the evidence. There's the evidence of my filing to the church lawyers. Here's the evidence they arrested a federal officer. See, they had no case. They got their butt spanked. But Judge First just bailed on me. She just, her last day on the bench, she just left, ran away, left me to die. Because that's what they're going to do to me now. Because these things that the lawyers could not defend against are serious. Alright, here's the... Can't believe they were quoting the nature of the case. It's a conspiracy theory. I don't see any accusations. Okay, let's get a pad of paper out here. Counts under 1 for RICO Act, U.S. Code 1961, Section 4. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not a single one of them did they respond to. Counts under 2, U.S. Code 2381, treason. They did not respond to this either. 1, 2, there I'm quoting the temple text. That's their own evidence against them. 3, 4, 5. Counts under 3, U.S. Code 2441, war crimes, of which the church lawyers could not respond. This was a long, there's 1. It's a long one. 2. Oh, we're not... Are we done? But yeah, this goes right back to the church having me arrested. Yeah, there was just 2 under war crimes. They arrested me and paid the person who had me disappeared. Counts under 4, RICO Act, the general one. So this is long. He did not respond to any of this. Oh man. Goodness, we're still going. That's a long law. There we go. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Maybe it's not as close to 50 as I thought. Counts under 5. U.S. Code 7. Bigamy. So there's just 2 in that one. For the 2 marriages. Counts under 6. U.S. Code 242. Deprivation of rights under color of law. This is fraudulent use of office. Using their office to... Remember, this is a conspiracy theory. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on that one. Counts under 7. U.S. Code 247, damage to religious property, obstruction of persons in the free exercise of religious beliefs. They think they're protected by the First Amendment, so they violate other people's rights to freedom of expression of religion. There was 4 under that one. Counts under 8, of which, again, may I remind you, the lawyers did not respond to. U.S. Code 249, hate crimes. And then I think this is a long law too. Yeah, well, not too long. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the self-reliance discussion. So 4. Alright, that's it. Let's tally it up and get the official count so that I'm not throwing out numbers. See? Federal officer, that's part of the war crimes. You can't arrest federal officers just for the sake of having them disappeared. You have to take them to court. And they didn't. Alright, 15, 17, 28, 30, 42, 46. So I was exaggerating my fish catch. 46 counts, of which none of them the church lawyers responded to defend their client. None. So, yeah, that's right. I want to put in bleach drinkers. This isn't the focus for this video, but if I were to do the website blogs that I was doing, I'd have a resistance movement against the bleach drinkers. Anybody who still thinks they're going to trust Trump now are bleach drinkers. And you guys do understand that with a scandal against Joe Biden, for the first time in American history, we're having a presidential election of the pussy grabbers. The theme for the election is going to be, when you're a celebrity, they let you get away with it. It's so unreal. Unbelievable. You know that if this woman is successful in taking down Joe Biden, you do understand, guys, that Bernie is going to be the candidate. He'll be put back in. Oh, man. And so it'll end up being the Trumpites, bleach drinkers, versus the Bernie bros. Oh, man. And then, of course, somebody's going to sabotage Bernie's election campaign and give him coronavirus, so that Hillary Clinton is going to have to make a comeback. You know there is no election, guys. I hope you understand. It's not going to happen. As much fun as we're going to have in American history for the rest of eternity. Laughing about the pussy grabber election. And after the whole Me Too movement, right in between. You just can't make this stuff up. Oh my God. I'm surprised nobody else has caught on to that yet. I can't believe it. Oh man. So, what am I talking about today? Yeah. This other video that I'm holding off on as well, that's a comment reply video. Secret. Oh man, they're gonna have to change the donkey and the elephant to different kinds of cats. Oh, we're now the calicos. We're the Persians. Oh my God. Oh, something that's not supposed to be laughed at just got flipped on its head to be something hysterical. Oh my God. During a coronavirus crisis, during a time where the president is now telling people to drink bleach and people are obeying him. Oh dear God. Many are dying. We're #1 in the world. And we've got the highest unemployment ever in American history. Worse than the Great Depression. Oh dear God, they're collapsing our nation. And they're just making a mockery of it on the way down. But what did I tell you guys? That was the warning. The Illuminati were going to destroy America. But Joseph Smith Sr., Mormon originator, Mormon founder, who was the Lord in Doctrine and Covenants, as I did the video the other day. Oh my God. He saved America for us. He held it off. He tried to create an organization that would be built up as a protection of America, to save the Constitution when it would be in jeopardy right now. They knew of the dates because they knew, the Knights Templar knew, and the Yorkites, of which Smiths were a part of, had the Yorkites Knights Templar in them. They knew. Astronomy is a solid, hard science. There is no question as to the outcome. If you put in the right science formulas, the right physics formulas, the right math formulas. I mean, we know the exact second when sunrise and sunset is. That's how accurate we are with astronomy. They knew. The total solar eclipses cross in southern Illinois, which is called Little Egypt. Why is it called Little Egypt? Because Knights Templar copies of Egyptian documents were found there. And the legend of buried plates, gold plates. What did they call the Book of Mormon? Gold plates. And so no, they weren't gold plates, because they would have been 200 pounds. Joseph couldn't have ran with them through the forest. Little bunny foo-foo, hopping through the forest. And Joseph was buff as a farm boy, but not that buff. I'm still struggling to get back to where I used to be, doing 50-pound weights with those kinds of actions. Oh my God, they really did a number on me. But, yeah, the Book of Mormon, the whole book was written to take over for William Morgan, who they had to flee him from the country to save his life, because they were going to murder him. They were sending him death threats by falsely arresting him. And that's why Joseph Smith isn't known to anybody. And it's not Junior. Junior was just being the front man. It was all Senior. Daddy, the patriarch. the Lord, who's furious with his son in section 3. Reread that and replace Lord with Senior. And then go and do it with the rest. But that one, he's pissed at Junior for the 116 pages. He had one assignment to distract Martin Harris with the rocks in the hat, and he blew it. And so here we are today, just as they warned us, just as Benson reminded us of, and added that the United States government is going to collapse. He knew. He's from the Illuminati. How do I know that? He's a Taft, one of the Illuminati branch-off families. And then Heber J. Grant was one of the branch-off families. I've been telling you all this, and here it is. And now the news is saying, oh, this one Mormon was in a white supremacist group with a Nazi flag behind it in a video that we found. And this employee at Walmart has a Confederate flag mask. Mormons are shocked that this is their history. This is who they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be the enemy of the world, the enemy of mankind, the enemy of America, that's purposely put here to destroy America, which is happening right now. As we're having a pussy grabber election. Oh, and here I am. I tried my best. I filed the lawsuit way back on September 30th. And that was too late. Too late. I destroyed the church. I won. So now I'm going to grow up and be an old man saying, I beat the church. I won. As the church goes on to practice polygamy. That's what they're going to do. Why do you think Nelson did away with the high priest group, elders? Do you think you're going to be elevated to a leader in the church now? Ain't going to happen. Section 76, you cannot be exalted unless you're a high priest. Elders don't cut it. Section 76 makes it very clear. And Nelson did away with the high priest group, and the coronavirus is exterminating the elders, or the high priests who are elderly. And so there's going to be a few high priests left. And so the elders aren't going to be worthy. The church leaders who are alive are going to be the worthy ones because they're going to be high priests. So, sorry, that cute girl who likes you too for some reason, she's going to one of the prophets to be one of their 10 virgins. Creepy old men perverts going after the Mormon women. And they'll have to say, oh, well, we have to go into the 14-year-olds. We got to repopulate the world after all that destruction from coronavirus and then the Civil War that got started for food insecurity. It's coming. And I'll be dead. Murdered. Nobody will know about it. They'll just go, I wonder why Travis hasn't put any videos up lately. Because I was murdered, guys. But yeah, they even knew this way back when they wrote the Book of Mormon. They knew. You know? It wasn't just one case of Moroni saying, I'm recording the entire destruction of my people. No, there's another insert. Either I'm recording the entire destruction of my people. Buried plates, Southern Illinois, because they knew. That was where we're supposed to build Zion and New Jerusalem. Oh, man. I mean, seriously, Mormon elders? You want to be on the evil side of history? You don't want to be a Knights Templar to save America? This is the time, remember? The prophecy? The elders of Israel save the Constitution, just not in Washington. Where are you? It's time. Because it's not high priests who are going to rise up and save the Constitution, it's the elders. How did they know? How did they know? How did they know? How do I know that he loves me? That's right, Amy Smart? That Cinderella take spin-off. I can't remember it now. Yeah, Amy... is that movie? It's going to bug me now. It's not Ella Enchanted, that's a different movie. And it was a hilarious scene. She's singing, and the cockroaches and the rats and the pigeons all come and clean the apartment, which is hilarious. They've got diseases. And then the one pigeon is next to a cockroach, and she finishes singing, the pigeon eats the cockroach. Amy Adams. That's it. Movies. There it is, Enchanted. And she was awesome in Man of Steel. Redhead. Lois Lane redhead. Awesome. But yeah, the Illuminati don't like us being entertained and spending our lives in entertainment and having entertainers, celebrities, who let you get away with it, making millions and millions of dollars. They are pissed and furious, especially, as I mentioned in the other video the other day. It's because of their racist tendencies. Because who are the celebrities who are rising up in the millionaire ranks? Those of color. Holla. And so, yeah, they're purposely causing this to destroy the entertainment industry and the sports industry, to redefine it, to redesign it, because they've purposely designed this drug to kill off not just the elderly, but the sick and the afflicted already. And who are the sick and afflicted? The poor, because they can't afford health insurance. And who can't pay health insurance? Blacks, Mexicans, and others. And so whites are going to emerge. That was their design. Survival of the fittest, as they call it. And whites will emerge. And so whites will become the celebrities, as it should be, again. So, alright. Bleach drinkers. I gotta come up with our name. The Resistance. It's always been the Resistance. Man, it's always been the Resistance. So Bleach drinkers versus the Resistance. Of course, Trump tried to turn our name into the Never Trumpers, but he made that sound like it was a bad thing. It's a good thing to be a Never Trumper. Just like it's a good thing to be an anti-fascist. Antifa, they were forced to organize to save America. From who? The fascists, the white supremacists, the Illuminati. But Trump knocked them down, and they're gone. That's why Joseph Smith purposely had the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints organized. And that was the other thing I was going to bring up for you on this one. Sidney Rigdon. So that we would have an army in America to say, hell no, this is our land, this isn't your land. From California to this land is ours and not for you. So yeah, I'm rewriting it and off the cuff of my head and failed. Sidney Rigdon. So yeah, because of the anti-Mason movement and saving America, they couldn't have the Patavian Press, David Miller, publish the Book of Mormon. They couldn't even attempt to record that they had gone to them. And so they needed another place, but they needed someone else to fund the book. David Miller had funded William Morgan to pay for the book, the advance. And they had to recoup their costs by publishing another book in his name, which showed who the Master Mason is, Joseph Smith Sr., so that we would know who was responsible for saving America and why he was the one in the position to do so. But Joseph Smith was going to do it on his own, and they got Martin Harris, whom Joseph Smith had worked for on the farm. So Joseph took Martin away from the Manchester farm, which was just right by Palmyra, which Smith Sr. got after becoming a Master Mason. Because again, you got to read that book attributed to William Morgan about who the Master Mason is and what people do for him under his circumstances. And that's why they made him a Master Mason, gave him a farm. And so, yeah, and then the Cooper Shop, which I had to do that supplement video series to correct my book. But Joseph, all he had to do was distract Martin Harris while Senior and the Cowdreys worked on taking the copper for the gunpowder barrels and forging the plates to be used for the print press. And so yeah, they were the ones making the first 116 pages and sending them to Smith Jr. While he was distracting Martin Harris. And that's all he had to do. But, his firstborn son dies. They go to the Methodist church. The Methodist boots them out. And boots out Emma's parents as well, because they're associated with Smith, who got arrested for being a glass looker. The thing that he was supposed to distract Martin Harris with. The thing he got a job out there so that he could take care of Emma. Sort of. They never found any silver. And so and then Martin Harris is too uncomfortable. Too much Freemasonry stuff in it. And so he takes it back to his committee in Palmyra. And Smith Sr. is pissed. Because he's worried that they blew his cover. that his son blew his cover and put America at risk again. Because how are they going to publish the book warning America of the threat to America that will reemerge in the future now? And so yeah, because Harmony, Pennsylvania is north of Pittsburgh, where Sidney Rigdon got the Solomon Spaulding manuscript because Solomon died. And Sidney was an avid collector of books because of the head injury that he sustained as a younger boy. He was not able to compose his own sermons. And so many of his sermons, he had to plagiarize other people's works to assemble something together. And so he was trained and skilled in plagiarism. And so when they found out that they had come in contact with him somehow, somewhere in Pittsburgh, while Smith Jr. was in Harmony, north of Pittsburgh. Again, I did that video series, making that extra insight, which needs to be put into my book as well. Because after the Methodists booted them out, they couldn't stay in Harmony anymore. They had to leave Harmony. And so that's when they went over to the Susquehanna River place, which Smith, in 1838, threw in Harmony. So, yeah, if you look on the map, it's an isolated place. And the forests all around it, no Methodist church. Google has a Methodist church in the forest. Because the church said so. Oh my God. It was the Methodist Church in Harmony, which is north of Pittsburgh. And so, yeah, they knew Sidney somehow. They knew that he had a book that was unpublished. And so, just like William Morgan's unpublished book, they instead got a hold of Sidney again. And you can see that in section 3 of the Doctrine and Covenants, because they talk about Lamanites and Nephites from Solomon Spaulding's manuscript. And there are multiple evidences. The whole town that was interviewed, his own kids. So, yeah, it's established that the Book of Mormon came from Solomon Spaulding's book, because William Morgan's version, Martin Harris took it to the council committee in Palmyra. And so Smith needed another cover. And so that's what they did. And laid low, left Martin Harris out of the loop for the whole publishing time, which was just a year. But yeah, that's why it's a miracle in speed in getting done. Because what happened was, while they were making arrangements with Sidney to work on it, and Sidney had to work on it, and how did they pay Sidney? They couldn't pay him. That's why they needed Martin Harris, was to pay for the book. And so they did a quid pro quo. If you do this for us, if you write the Book of Mormon, we will let you join our organization. You said that Parley P. Pratt, you want him to come in with us? Okay, we'll set it up so that missionaries just happen to come across him one day. They'll give him the Book of Mormon. He'll read in the beginning, where we will put some of his own sermons that you will plagiarize, give us so that we can plagiarize in it, so that he will read it and go, hey, this is a great book, something I would have written. And go back to your church there in Kirtland, and he will tell you about it, as well as the congregation, and we can bring them all in, and no one will ever know of the connection. And that was the quid pro quo. And Sidney Rigdon When he got baptized, Joseph Smith put him right to work on what he left the Campbellite church for. That he wanted to do a whole revision of the Bible. So what did Joseph do once Sidney joined? Revise the Bible. The Joseph Smith revision, not translation. Again, the church is screwing that over purposely. It was not a translation. It was just a revision because Sidney Rigdon wanted to do it. That was his payment to be the right-hand man of Joseph Smith. And so Sidney was involved in the founding of the organization as a result, even though he was brought in December. It's amazing. All this to try to be as subtle as they can so that nobody makes the connection that they saved America. Why? Because the Scottish Rites Masons are pissed and are on the lookout for anyone who's responsible. That's why, as Danites, judges in Joseph's organization, they were going around burning other people's homes down. But Joseph got arrested for it instead. So, yeah, the real church history is nothing like I was taught growing up in the church. So, alrighty. I wish I had access to my web page or my website, but the church took over it. The church, the company that they invest in, took over my website and shut me down the day after I filed my lawsuit. Yeah, I'm sure that's just a coincidence, isn't it? And YouTube's been giving me grief. They took out the video where I exposed Oakes as giving the Heil Hitler salute to the Aaronic priesthood in that conference. I caught him, and I exposed him. And the very next Sunday, the very next conference on Sunday, I caught him again as he had been notified of it. Because what did he do instead the next day? What kind of a signal is that? So just like Trump and oranges, I got Oakes in the Heil Hitler salute. That's who they are, guys. They're Illuminati. They're Scottish Rites. They're Confederates. Video yesterday. Check it out. Confederates. They're KKK. They're white supremacists. They're Nazis. They're neo-Nazis. They're Republicans. Okay, well, it's 6 o'clock now, and I'm at going on 45 minutes, so I'll stop this video. Like I said, I'm uploading them later on today when I get things under control. I only had 2 hours of sleep. I'm likely to crash. I still got Chain Reaction going through my head, because that's also in my playlist. I figured out my MP3 player to have a playlist. I couldn't figure it out before, and so now I figured it out. You go into files, not music, not playlists, files. Who the hell designed it? So, alrighty. Don't drink bleach. That's our resistance slogan. Don't drink bleach.